Next, we're going to talk about modeling subtraction of integers. And so when we think of subtraction, we're going to think of this as adding the opposite. So as it says here, adding the opposite. So for instance, if we want to model 6 minus 2, it's the same thing as 6, and we're adding this to -2. So 6 plus -2 will model that. Now we're still going to use our same models. We're going to use circles with pluses in it to represent positives, and we're going to use circles with negatives in it to represent a minus. So in this case, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 positive circles. And then the negative ones we're going to put underneath like this. Every time you see a plus and a minus together, remember that adds up to a 0. So that goes to a 0. What you have left is 4 positives. So therefore, we can say that 6 minus 2 is equal to +4 because we have 4 positives left over. So that's how you would do that one. Let's take a look at the next one here, -6 minus 2. Well, this is the same thing as -6 plus 6 plus 2, plus a negative, I should say. So we're going to do plus a -2, just like that. So we change the minus into a plus, but don't forget, you have to change that to a negative. Most common mistake is to just change it to a plus and that's it, but you want to make sure you put a negative in there. So it's -6 plus -2. So what we have here is we have 6 negatives. And we're adding to this, since these are both the same, we don't need to put them underneath, they're both the same. I have 2 more negatives. So this is -6 and this is -2. Now, if we add all that together, we have all these negatives together, which is going to give you, for that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 negatives. Just like that. Which means that now we get -8. So if I have -6 minus 2, it's like -6 plus -2. So we have 6 negatives, adding 2 more negatives. We have a total of 8 negatives. And that's what we would have there. One more of these, we've got -6, negative with the 2. Now, when we do this, it's just like adding the opposite. So I have -6. Now the negative is going to turn into a plus, but that's going to change this one into a plus as well. You're adding the opposite. So essentially what happens is that changes that to -6 plus 2. So let's write this out. We have our -6, like we had before in the previous example. We have 6 circles with negatives in it. Now, because this is a different sign, I'll put these underneath like this, plus and plus. Negative and positive, those are both going to cancel out. That's going to leave you with 4 negatives left over. So we can say that -6 minus -2, I'll just write out the original problem. That's going to equal, so I have 4 negative circles, which means this is going to equal -4, and that's how you would show that modeling subtraction of integers.